Adam right here. We've got one of our taxis in the garage. Going to show you how to do a Radiator 99 Ford Taurus 3.0 VIN U overhead valve. Most common on the market. Just need a few simple tools. Here I've got a magnet. I'll show you what that's for. Some 1/4-inch tools. You're going to need an 8mm and a 10mm. Quick disconnects for your transmission cooler lines. That's the one you're going to want. Pliers for hose clamps. The hard to reach ones. 10mm and 3/4 ratchet. Here we've got the car. No need to take the front bumper off. No need to take headlights out. Nothing like that. It's really simple. Top of the car. I've already got it apart. The new one's actually in. That is the transmission cooler line. I've still got to snap it in place, but that's the quick disconnect tool I was telling you about. You want to take that, push it right inside the radiator here and here on the passenger side. You got to slide that there inside there, and there's a little clamp that holds that metal piece inside the radiator. Got a hose you need to take off the top. Just a simple clamp on that. Alright, now looking at the front of the car, on the top where the engine is, right next to the headlight, you'll see an access hole. You're going to need an 8mm with an extension to get to that bolt inside there. And then on the driver's side, same thing, right by the headlight, access hole for a bolt at the top of the radiator. I don't know if you can see that one. I can't really get a good hit on it with the light, but you want to take those two bolts out of the top. Then you want to move down to the bottom of the car. After you take the dust shield off, you'll be able to access the bottom of the radiator. Oh, crawl under here. I'm getting too old for this. But there's a little bracket right here, and it's got a couple bolts in it, but it's going to be right up underneath the car, okay, underneath where you took that dust shield off. Take those bolts out, pull this bracket down, turn our light back on, and there's the lower radiator hose. You'll want to take that clamp out, pull the hose off, and then I don't know if you can see it. Well, there's the transmission cooler line right there, but it goes in just above the neck on the radiator where the hose goes. I don't know if you can see that little shiny piece. That's where that goes, okay? But you want to take those out. Then the bracket on the bottom of the radiator with the little rubber piece. Take that nut off of there. And then you want to come over here to the other side. Take that nut off of that bracket. Pull that bracket off. And then you're going to come up through the front bumper. Okay. It's your AC condenser. And there's a little bracket there with two bolts you got to pull out. And then on the other side, a bracket with one bolt you got to pull out. Come to the top. Forgot to tell you, first thing you want to do, disconnect the battery. Don't want to go frying fuses and whatnot. But I took the battery out in the battery tray for easier access to the top radiator hose, which you can see right there. But you got to kind of reach back in there. But you take that clamp off and pull that hose out, and the radiator falls right down to the bottom of the car, right there. Now, take your magnet. When you're putting it back together, I told you I'd tell you what the magnet's for. Take this magnet, hold the bolt head, kind of twist it back inside there. Do the same thing on the other side, and just get it started so you don't strip your threads. But all in all, radiator replacement, doing it this way, should take you right about an hour, maybe an hour and 25 minutes with just these few simple tools here. The reason we're doing this is we had one clogged. Also had the heater core clogged. We're going to be doing that in a few minutes. Be pulling the dash out of the car. That's always a fun time. And we're going to use Blue Devil. I swear by it. We put it in one of our Cadillacs last summer that we were using for a taxi that blew a head gasket. This car blew a head gasket. So we're going to go with the old Blue Devil again. And folks, you don't want an expensive head gasket repair. Go to your local Napa store, Advance, wherever, and ask for the Blue Devil. Follow the directions to a T, and it will seal your head gasket. That's what we're going to be doing next. Fun times. I hope this video was helpful. Like I said, don't pull the front bumper off the car. It's not necessary. Go back to the beginning of the video. Access bolt. Access bolt. Pull off the cover on the bottom. Pull all that out. And you'll have it fixed in no time. Have a great day, folks.